So my dear friends, let us in this video learn about the knowledge. So far we have discussed about the theories of knowledge, right? We have discussed the Western theories of knowledge, and also we have discussed Indian theory of knowledge. Western theories of knowledge was based on what do we know about the reality, whereas Eastern theories of knowledge, Indian theories of knowledge was based on how do we know about the reality, how do we know about the knowledge, right? How do we know about the things? Western theories of knowledge, let me say once more, the main concern was what do we know about the reality, whereas Eastern Indian theories of knowledge, its main concern was how do we know about the reality. So in this video we'll try to know how does the knowledge begin, right? How does the knowledge start? So knowledge is JTB, means knowledge is justified, true and belief. The knowledge must be justified, true and belief. The knowledge that we have, it must be justified and it must be true, right? So our main concern in this video is this: how does the knowledge begin? So let us try to know first the definition of knowledge. The moment we say knowledge, its definition is knowledge is justified, true, belief. Knowledge must be justified, it must be true and it must be believed, right? So the moment we say knowledge, if I say knowledge, that means I have knowledge, I have knowledge, that means I am aware of my own knowledge that I have, right? So in order to define knowledge in other way, the very moment that we say I know, that means I have knowledge, right? I know, that means I have knowledge. So how we will define this knowledge in other terms, in other ways? So the knowledge can be this, knowledge definition can be this: to know means to be aware such and such is or is not the case. Let me tell you once more, knowledge or to know, its definition is to be aware such and such is or is not the case. That means I am aware of something, it is this or it is not, right? So the moment I say I know, that means I am aware of something and that something is or is not the case. That means whether things is this or things is not this, that is about the knowledge, right? So how can we define to know? To know, we can define it to be such and such is or is not the case. So my dear friends, in Western and in Eastern, the knowledge begin, that process is same. How does the knowledge begin? The process is same. So in Western and Eastern, the process of knowledge or process of knowing is same. Now how is this process? Let us try to know. The process of knowing, it involves three things, right? Let me tell you once more, the process of knowing, that involves three things. And what are these three things? Experience, right? One is experience, understanding and judgment. So this experience, understanding and judgment is the process of knowing, and this process of knowing is same in Eastern and Western. In Western, we find all these three things in process of knowing. Even in India, in Indian philosophy, there also we find the same process of knowing. So the process of knowing, it involves experience, understanding and judgment, right? And this process is same in Eastern and Western. So let me elaborate it through the example, right? You can see this object, right? You can see this object. First I see this object, right? I am experiencing this object, and this object, after experiencing this object, I understand, right? I understand, and after understanding I make judgment what is this object is, what this object is, what is this, right? So here we see first the process of knowing. We see first experience that we see, then comes understanding, that we understand about this object, and after that, after understanding we make judgment on this object, what this object is, right? So the process of knowing in Eastern and Western is same, and this process of knowing is experiencing, understanding and judgment, right? So now we will see in detail how does the knowledge begin, right? So let us understand Aristotelian Thomistic understanding of Aristotle Thomistic understanding of process of perceptible knowledge. So Aristotelian Thomistic, how do they say about the knowledge? How does the knowledge begin, right? So let us try to understand. From the perspective of Aristotelian Thomistic, how do they say about the beginning of knowledge? So their process of understanding about the knowledge is this. They say first we perceive the object. After perceiving the object, the image of that particular object comes in our mind. Mind understands it. Mind understands deeper and deeper. Now after understanding, mind gives concept to that particular object, right? So in this way the knowledge begins. Let me explain once more. From the point of view of Aristotelian Thomistic, the process of knowing about any object is this. First we perceive the object, then object of the image comes to the mind. Mind understands it deeply, what the object is. Then after understanding, mind gives concept to that particular object, right? So this is the process of the understanding of perceptible knowledge. How does the knowledge begin in our mind? Let me give you one more example, the practical example by which this will become very clear, the process of knowing the knowledge, right? You can see this object. Now forget about what this object is, right? Now this object. So this particular mind is looking at this object, right? So first he is perceiving this object, and then the image of this object is coming to the mind, and mind is understanding the image of this object. Mind is reflecting and trying to know what this object is. Then the mind gives concept to this object. So the mind is giving the concept to this object is pen. You see how the knowledge begins here. First perceiving the image of the object comes to the mind. Mind understands it. After understanding, mind gives the concept to this particular object, pen. So in this way, the knowledge begins. When we see in Indian perspective we find the same. Even Indian philosophy also says the same. And Indian philosophy, they say there are two types of knowledge, Laukika knowledge and Alaukika knowledge. Let us try to understand what is this Laukika and what is this Alaukika. Laukika is the ordinary knowledge, is the ordinary experience of human being, right? Laukika is, Laukika is the knowledge of ordinary things that we see around us. Once more, let me tell you, Laukika is the knowledge of empirical reality. The knowledge, Alaukika knowledge is the knowledge of empirical reality. Empirical reality, it means the things that we see around us. So, Laukika knowledge is the ordinary knowledge that we see around us, so which can be perceived through our five senses. So, Laukika knowledge is the knowledge of empirical reality, right? So now, what is Alaukika knowledge? Alaukika knowledge is the metaphysical reality, the knowledge about the metaphysical reality. Now, what is this metaphysical reality? They are realities which are beyond the physics, right? The knowledge which are beyond the physics, like here we talk about God, heaven, hell, soul, spirit. These are the metaphysical realities. So, Alaukika knowledge is the metaphysical realities knowledge, right? Which is beyond our perception, which is beyond the physics. So, those type of knowledge is called Alaukika knowledge. So, Laukika knowledge, in order to gain the ordinary knowledge or empirical knowledge, the same process it takes. As we have seen, the Aristotelian Thomistic point of view, there we have seen how does the knowledge take place. Same way, in order to know the Alaukika knowledge, empirical knowledge, the process is same. All this knowledge begins from the sense we perceive, then image of that particular object comes to the mind understands it, and then after understanding, mind gives the concept to that particular object. So, this is Laukika knowledge. And also there are two stages of Laukika knowledge, Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa, right? Now, let us understand what is this Savikalpa and what is this Nirvikalpa. Savikalpa is that knowledge where we can determine, right? Where we can determine. We are very clear, the things are very clear to be determined, right? Where we can perceive clearly and we can determine what that object is. This is called Savikalpa. And Nirvikalpa is a vague knowledge where things are not clear and we cannot determine what that thing is, right? Sometimes we may see the object, right? But even though the object does not appear very clearly, so we can't determine the object, right? So, Nirvikalpa is where we can not determine what exactly object is. That is called Nirvikalpa, where we are failed to determine what the object is. That is called Nirvikalpa. So, in simple term, we can know Savikalpa where we can determine the object, in Nirvikalpa where we cannot determine the object, what the object is, right? And also we have seen Laukika knowledge, how does it begin? It begins exactly what we have seen in Aristotelian Thomistic point of view. How do they say about the beginning of the knowledge? Same way Laukika knowledge also begins, right? So now Alaukika knowledge, right? Alaukika knowledge is something different. It is the metaphysical realities, and these metaphysical realities cannot be perceived through our five senses, right? So how do we know about the Alaukika knowledge? How the Alaukika knowledge is known, right? How the metaphysical realities are known. So it cannot be known through our five senses. So only this Alaukika knowledge separates from the Laukika knowledge, right? Alaukika knowledge is separated from the Laukika knowledge. Laukika knowledge, where we have seen that Laukika knowledge can be perceived through our five senses. And how does it begin? We have seen it. Whereas to know the Alaukika knowledge, our senses do not work, right? So to know about the metaphysical realities, Alaukika says that we can know when we read, when we read the certain scriptures, like in Hinduism we see that to know Alaukika realities, we can know when we sit in front of the gurus and listen. In that way we can know Alaukika, we can know about the Brahma, right? So they talk about the Upanishad, right? Upanishad is something like sitting in front of the guru and listening to the guru and to know about the Brahman. So in this way we can know about the Alaukika knowledge, about the metaphysical reality, about God, about Brahma, right? And also they say that also we can know about Brahma in this way, that one while purifying ourselves by following the certain rituals. So the person can know Brahma, or person can know God while purifying oneself and following the certain rituals. When we do certain rituals, we purify our soul. So in that way we can know Brahma, we can know God. So Alaukika knowledge, it is a metaphysical knowledge, and this knowledge can be attained by purifying oneself and performing certain rituals, and also sitting in front of the gurus, and we can know Brahman. Reading the Upanishad, we can know Brahma, right? So my dear friends, these are the knowledge, these are the types of knowledge, and also we have discussed how do we know the knowledge, how does the knowledge begin, right? So these are the process of knowing the knowledge. So we have seen the process of knowing, that is experience, understanding and judgment, and also we have seen the detail in Western way of saying how does the knowledge begin, and Eastern way of saying how does the knowledge begin. Eastern and Western, the process of knowing is same, only is difference. To know the Alaukika knowledge, we don't need to follow those steps, but we need to follow some other steps to know about the metaphysical realities, to know about the Alaukika reality. To know about the Alaukika knowledge, we need to purify our soul. We can know Brahma, we need to do certain rituals by which we can know God, and also we need to read Upanishad, and also we need to sit in front of the gurus to know about the Brahma. This is Alaukika knowledge, right?